Howdy folks, it's the Creepy Kentuckian here with you from deadpit.com. Tonight we have a very cool one to look at. It's a brand new limited edition 2-disc set from our good friends over at ViaVision in Australia. This lenticular goodness. Listen, I can totally get down with that jam. Our buddies at ViaVision brought Drag Me to Hell out in just a gorgeous cover there. I don't know how well you can see that, how lenticular it is, baby. But look at just the lenticularness of it all. And they recently brought this one out over in Australia. It is, of course, as all of the ViaVision releases, region free. So if you're looking for kind of the definitive version of Drag Me to Hell, this is the one that you want to pick up. It's an interesting Sam Raimi horror film from 2009. He was kind of fresh off of those Spider-Man movies that he did for a few years there. And this was really his return to the horror genre. There was a huge buzz in the air. Everyone was excited. So excited they just couldn't hide it. That he was coming back and kind of coming back to his old game. And there were a ton of people that just couldn't wait for this thing to hit movie theaters. Now, it was kind of a success when it came out. But over the years, it's been one of those movies that people just don't, it's like kind of been forgotten about. So it's a good opportunity for me to revisit the movie, which we reviewed this one way back in 2009 when it came out. You can check out that archive there and see how my opinion may have changed the movie, if at all, I don't know. But today we're going to take a look at this 2-disc edition that's loaded up with some brand new special features and stuff. And we're going to look at the movie. So kick back, relax, crack open some peach drink, and let us drag you to hell. Drag Me to Hell from 2009, Sam Raimi's long-awaited return to the genre. Lots of hype for this movie. It does star Alison Lohman as the young lone officer Christine, who's been vying for promotion at work. She's encouraged by her boss that she needs to make more of the challenging decisions to prove herself to get that promotion as assistant manager at the bank. Soon thereafter, she encounters this spooky elderly woman, Mrs. Ganache, who's requesting a third extension on her mortgage with the bank. As Christine's boss is watching, she denies the extension, but unfortunately for her, she denied the wrong person. Mrs. Ganache casts a curse upon Christine, and she begins seeing and hearing things, makes her life go into a downward spiral. Her boyfriend, played by Justin Long, gets her in touch with a local fortune teller, where she learns about the severity of the curse and what she needs to do to escape it. This movie has an insane climax towards the end. Definitely one of the more un-Hollywood endings for any movie that I have seen in probably the last 10-15 years. It just doesn't happen in Hollywood like this very much. Also in Drag Me to Hell, you'll notice a lot of goofy Evil Dead slapstick style stuff that Sam Raimi threw in there, which is a lot of fun too, and it kind of distinguishes, itself from other movies around this time period. Aspects of this movie haven't aged as well. There is some computer generated stuff that definitely doesn't look as great as I remember it looking back in 2009. So a lot of times that stuff doesn't really age well, and that's the case with some of the stuff in Drag Me to Hell. But it's a beautifully shot movie. This transfer, which this edition has two different cuts of the movie. You do have the theatrical cuts and the extended director's cuts of Drag Me to Hell. It is a 2-disc edition, and I'll show you what's inside the box. Right. So you get the disc itself. Again, it's 2 discs, and you get some artwork behind the discs. Also included is a pack of art cards in a branded Drag Me to Hell envelope. Looks very classy here. And those just come right out. A lot of times you get the matte finish cards. These are kind of glossy and shiny like photos. So you get shots Alison Lohman there with Justin Long. And the lady that plays Mrs. Ganache, just, I mean, geez, insanity. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Alison Lohman sort of retired from acting shortly after this movie, at least on a regular basis. I know that she has only done maybe a handful of movies since then, very minor roles. I don't know if there was some reason that she quit acting after this or not. So we're going to go through the discs on this and what's included. These are both Blu-rays, but I do need to let you guys know that if I was not told, I would have thought for sure this was a 4K release. That's how good these Blu-rays looked. So if you're curious if this is an upgrade from the original Lionsgate release of Drag Me to Hell, yes. I know Scream Factory did a release about 5 or 6 years ago, which I don't own, so I can't tell you for sure, but man, this looks outstanding. But let's get into the goodies on the discs. On disc 1, it's the theatrical cut, which includes production video diaries, interviews with Sam Raimi, Alison Lohman, and Justin Long from 2009. There's TV spots and a theatrical trailer. Disc 2 of the release is the unrated cut, which features all brand new special features. First up, you've got audio commentary with author Troy Howarth and Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson. Interviews with some of the cast and crew. Editing Drag Me to Hell, an interview with editor Bob Murawski. Channeling Drag Me to Hell, an interview with actor Dilip Rao. Designing Drag Me to Hell, an interview with production designer Steve Cyclad. Illustrating Drag Me to Hell, an interview with the storyboard artist Christian Cordella. Scoring Drag Me to Hell, an interview with famed composer Christopher Young. And I also needed to point out that this is a limited to 1,250 copy release. My particular copy, for those that's interested, is $7.19. So that's it, guys. I had a lot of fun with Drag Me to Hell. I've always loved this movie. I think that Sam Raimi hit the ball out of the park with this one. It's really a shame that this one wasn't a bigger hit. I know it's a mixed bag for some people. I really like this movie a whole lot. I like Sam Raimi a whole lot as a filmmaker too. So Drag Me to Hell is out now from ViaVision, and like I said, this is a region-free release. Will work in US players, region B players, whatever you throw at it, it'll work. Check it out. It's out now. Be sure to check us out. We're over at deadpit.com. Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe, and if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a fuck.
I want you to. I want you to. Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
There's all kinds of wonderful shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. Simply the best horror shirts. On TeePublic, there are others, but they all suck. You can get some Dead Pit radio shirts. You can get Last South on the Left. The Hills Have Eyes. Texas Chainsaw. Oh, wait, you can't say Texas Chainsaw. All kinds of shirts, folks. You're gonna love them. Shop.deadpit.com.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows, fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.